let's go, don't wait, this night's almost over, honest, let's make this night last for.
What's up, guys? xDarkbringer here, bringing you guys a Black Ops commentary, and I know I haven't done one of these in a while. Reason being is because I'm just really not digging Black Ops at the moment. Other than playing combat training, I pretty much try to stay away from the game because it pretty much just brings about frustrating moments. And yeah, I'd rather be relaxed and have fun when I play video games because it's a leisure activity and it's like, you know, something I do on the side for fun. And I mean, Black Ops, simply put, is not fun. So not going to go into too much detail because I know you guys are probably tired of hearing people bitching about Black Ops or whatever. I'll save that for another time, and if not another time, then, you know, just know that I don't like it. And there's probably a lot of people out there that agree with me, but, you know, I'm not going to get too into it. I'm probably going to call this video Commando, or like gameplay commentary about the Commando. You guys know how it works. So I guess I'll talk about the Commando for a little bit. Pretty much, it's a really good assault rifle, one of the best probably. Its only downside is it doesn't have a high rate of fire, and because Black Ops is a game purely based on connection, rate of fire is probably the biggest factor into doing well at this game. That's why the rapid fire 74U and the FAMAS are such powerful weapons. This might not be as I think prevalent is a word, I'm not sure. I probably sound like a dumbass right there, but I know this factor isn't really that prevalent in or relevant, I guess, in Xbox 360 because the connections are still fucking shit, but it's not even close to as bad as it is on the PS3. So I guess for that reason, I'm not gonna be getting the first the first zombie map pack, the one that has Ascension in it. The only reason I would get it would be for the zombies, but I don't necessarily love zombies that much. I've always been a multiplayer kind of player, but I mean, I'll always play zombies on the side for some extra fun. So I mean, before I get too off track, let me just continue about the Commando. I find the Commando is most effective when used as a defensive weapon because of its slow rate of fire that I've explained earlier. So I say put perks on that would complement defensive gameplay. So I guess something like Scavenger for extra ammunition, or something like Hardline if you're going for some of the higher kill streaks. Because I don't know why, Hardline makes a big difference for me, because a lot of the time when I don't have it on, I get a BS death from like when I'm one kill right before a kill streak. So I like to run Hardline, not everyone does, and yeah, so that's pretty much about the Commando. I mean, it's a good weapon, use it defensively. I think you'll be pretty successful with it. But yeah, I kind of like want to stray from talking about the gameplay because I know that gets boring, and hopefully if you guys have stuck around this long now, I'll get into some of the other stuff. So actually a pretty long time ago, like over the Christmas break, I watched a lot of movies. Well, for the avid movie watcher, it probably isn't a lot. I probably watched like 15 movies, all of which were illegally downloaded, but that's another story. And I guess I'll just start with the ones I can remember off the top of my head, which are probably the best and the most memorable, seeing as they're the ones I remember the quickest. But first would be the Back to Future trilogy. You know, I'd always heard that it was, you know, one of the best movies for its time, and I could totally agree with that. It's a really good movie. Well, all three are really good. I personally like the first one better because it was kind of like the groundwork that set up a lot of the plots of the other movies, because if you guys don't know, pretty much the plots are very similar, or not necessarily the plots, but certain events that occur in the plots. Pretty much all three movies are interlinked, and obviously the writers did that on purpose. So I mean, the Back to Future trilogy was absolutely amazing. I had a blast watching it. Next movie I watched that I can think off the top of my head would be a movie called Grizzly Man. I actually found out this about this movie because I guess I'm kind of one of those weird guys who likes watching documentaries. I don't know, learning, new stuff about the world and about random stuff really interests me. And like a documentary that most people would find very boring, I find very interesting. I don't know why. But so I googled like top 10 best documentaries or whatever, and the number one documentary was a movie called Grizzly Man. And after reading a plot summary, it's pretty much about this guy who goes and lives in Alaska like every summer and spring, I believe. He goes for I think like 4 months. I'm not sure. If this was fresh in my mind, I'd be able to remember. But pretty much what he does is for like the last 3 years, I believe, he goes for like 10 years throughout his life. For the last 3 years, or actually maybe that's 14 years, but okay, pretty much it's this nut job who goes up to northern Alaska, I believe, and he pretty much hangs out with grizzly bears and brings a camera with him and records him interacting with the grizzly bears. And I mean, it's a really interesting movie, and it's also pretty messed up too. I mean, in the end, unfortunately, the guy does get killed. Apparently, you can hear the sound of the video, except there was the cap thing on the top of the camera, so you can't see anything. But I don't think you can actually like find his death tape or whatever on the internet. And this commentary is getting so dark that I'm talking about this, but I mean, it's pretty messed up. So in the end, he dies, and pretty much the whole documentary is talking about his life, and it shows a bunch of clips of him getting like right up face to face with these like, I'm not sure how heavy grizzly bears are, but I mean full grown grizzly bears that he pretty much watches them develop throughout the years. So I mean, if you're someone who's into documentaries, or if that plot sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out. Definitely one of the best documentaries I've watched. And if you're also a documentary watcher, which I'm not sure many of you are, but another great documentary is The Cove, which pretty much just kind of shows some of the things that Japanese people are doing to dolphins. It's pretty messed up. I'm not one of those super animal humanitarian or whatever. All these words I'm fucking up on, but whatever. Like, I'm not a huge animal rights enthusiast, but I mean, after watching the movie, I kind of have this new hate towards what the Japanese do to the dolphins. But anyways, game's done. I better wrap up. Thanks for watching, and see you later, guys.